Hey, this is Random Doll Account back at it again with another video. And today we are reacting to a couple of things. So we have some updates from Atomic Lab Toys about Nymphia Wind and the Nymphia Wind doll. So I'm going to go ahead and add that kind of information. But then also we got to talk about this 5th W Club exclusive. I don't want to, but I'm going to have to. And it's also going to come with just a couple things that I just generally want to say about this club year, so stay tuned for that. And as always, a disclaimer, so I am an adult collector. I specialize in independent fashion doll brands for 12-inch specifically. If you are not interested in that, that is perfectly okay. You know, you're welcome here if you want to hear me yap, but you know, I totally understand if you're like, no. I totally understand. See you next video. And let's go ahead and just get started because I got a lot to say. All right, so first things first, let's talk about this Nymphia Wind update. So I'll go ahead and post what we know right here. So we got an additional Nymphia Wind doll, question mark? That's the thing. So apparently, so these dolls were supposed to come out at 5 p.m. EST on the 13th. Yeah, that didn't happen. Instead, Atomic Lab put up this error message and said, please stand by. So something happened. I don't know what, but honestly, like this Nymphia Wind doll, the yellow one, that's Nymphia's entrance look. This is what I wanted to begin with. So if they can just, you know, get the reveal together and like show me the full product and how much it's going to cost and all of that, it's going to be really great because then I can make decisions for myself and like, you know, kind of make a call. Honestly, it being a little bit delayed might work out in my favor just because of some other things going on in my life right now. But generally speaking, at least that we got last week, or this little preview we got last week, and this preview that we got this week, I'm like, oh, the preview we got this week is exactly what I want. So kudos to Atomic Lab. I'm sorry that there's some technical difficulties, but hopefully, you know, it'll get figured out pretty soon. All right, so now the part that everybody wants to talk about. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and talk about the 5th and final 25 W Club exclusive of Chocolat, Veronique Perrin, and it's a gift set. The first thing I'm gonna do, I recorded actually myself and Jonathan, so you'll see a little bit of feedback because my friend C.F.R. Dolls on Instagram and I were watching this together. So I have my Instagram up like this and then I was recording. I'm gonna go ahead and show you my reaction and then we'll just get into it from there.
Chic, signature C.F.R. style that she had. You know, I wanted to continue that.
On a $2 gift set, so explain that.
It's a two. Wait, what?
So, okay, I wanted to have this doll where, you know, she had elements of the inspiration point doll, the first W Club doll. So I definitely wanted this rich chocolate color story going on. Just wanted to kind of showcase this transition of her getting ready for this gala that she's going to. In a way that I thought was very cute and like a little wink to that original doll, because I don't know if you guys remember, but she had that little towel with the W logo embroidered on it. So I wanted to expand on that, but you know, make a whole look out of that and give you like this really chic bathrobe moment, and you know, it showcases her lounging in her luxury hotel, you know, being the emperor right before her gala event.
And so just to be clear, these are two separate dolls with two different things going on that we'll break down.
Yeah, we'll break it down.
That's interesting.
Into the first.
All right, so we're back. Okay, so here's the deal. You know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and get into the stats, and then we'll talk about why my reaction was that way. So head sculpts. The first doll, the doll on the left is Veronique 1.0, and the doll on the right is Veronique 1.5. The body type. So the rooted hair doll has C.F.R. 6.0, and then the molded hair doll has New Face 3.5. The foot sculpt. One of them is high heeled, one of them has an articulated ankle. They both have a blush skin tone. Both of them have, you know, kind of this like dark chocolate brunette hair situation going on. Hair for one of them. Once again, we'll get into that. Eyelashes, There's no eyelashes on the molded hair doll, but there's hand applied eyelashes on the other one. And the W Club price is $300 plus shipping and handling with a tariff surcharge of $14. So this doll is going to have you back about what? So sorry, it's $299 plus 14. So it's gonna 313 is what the overall cost of this doll is gonna be. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and just like disclaimer. This is one of my favorite dolls in my collection. So, okay, this doll, okay, Little Day Ensemble Veronique. I love this doll. I saw a lot of people saying on the forums and stuff that Veronique 1.0 doesn't really work in modern integrity toys. I disagree, because if that's true, then this doll shouldn't exist, because this doll released in 2020. Okay, so this is one of my favorite dolls of all time. This is considered to be a grail by many of people, and this is seriously one of my favorite dolls in my collection. Okay, so whenever I heard that we were gonna get another Veronique, and of course this is a club year, I was hoping, you know, that we would get a really good one, because this is a really good one. Okay, I love this doll so much. You have no idea. So, like, and that's the thing. Whenever Little Vintage Ensemble came out, I was so disappointed, right? I've been disappointed by people trying to recreate this before. I've been burned. So, like, you have to understand that whenever I saw this doll, I was a bit confused, because the first doll, the one with the hand applied eyelashes, the one with the hair up, and the one with this gown, right? I was like, I love this, right? And that's the thing, like, you know, my friend and I, whenever we were talking, we were like, it gives a little bit of Schiaparelli, but it's definitely not Schiaparelli. And then of course on the forum, you know, somebody was able to cite this dress. So this dress was the Charles James butterfly dress. Gorgeous, gorgeous dress. I love this dress. I love this doll. Honestly, I really do. This like incredibly beautiful, like pleated, like tulle look with this corset. I think that Veronique 1.0 looks gorgeous here. I think she looks like a little bit sassy. She's so beautiful. Her hair looks great. I love the way that they put her hair up. Like everything about this doll is totally up my alley, save for, I would say, maybe the little tiny butterfly details on the shoes, but I can live, right? I can live with the butterfly details. That's just a matter of taking them off, which like, it's a strappy heel. I can take those off very easily, right? And then I turn my head to the right and I see this doll on the right. And that's where things turned for the worse for me. Here's my thing. I like the concept of having a molded hair doll that's like getting ready, if that doll comes with wigs. This doll was based off of, right here, I'll put it, New Versailles Veronique, and then she was also combined with another Veronique, and I'll put it right here. This doll does not give either of those, in my opinion. Like, I don't see it. I'm sorry, I really don't. And the other thing about it is that New Versailles came with a wig. Like, that's part of it. There's a molded on hair piece, yeah, but there's also a wig. This doll just comes with a towel head, and I'm sorry, but like, I don't know how that would fit into this, right? I can see a planet in which somebody would really like this doll. You know, I think if you are someone who loves dioramas, if you're somebody who already has a ton of wigs, and you like to put wigs on dolls and you don't find it to be frustrating, I find it to be incredibly frustrating. I'm like, no more wigs on dolls. I have one, it makes me mad. And alternatively, if you're someone who likes to maybe dress dolls or customize dolls, I can see the second doll being useful to you. I don't understand why she's in a new face body. And like, I was trying to like think about this really intensely, because I was like, okay, so if someone were to buy this whole set and switch out the head, right? You don't have very many options for the skin tone blush. So you're kind of screwed in that perspective. I don't really, yeah, I don't get it. I'm sorry. I don't get the second doll, which I will let you know. Like, I have a friend who loves the second doll. and I love the first doll. So we were able to make a deal. I am getting this gift set. I'm going to be getting the first doll in this set, which I think is absolute utter perfection. And he's going to get the second doll. So yeah, this set is being split up for me, and I'm happy with that because once again, I do love Veronique 1.0, but I also feel like this is a missed opportunity. I was thinking on this, and I was like, okay. For $313, which is what this gift set is going to ostensibly cost, you're not getting much of anything. And I'm saying that as someone who loves Veronique, you know? I feel like you're only getting 1.5 doll here. And like, I would just rather have outfits than 1.5 of a doll, personally, for this price. And it's like, I feel like I need to remind, the audience that we've had multiple gift sets this year that were significantly cheaper than this and much better quality than this. I think maybe, and hear me out here, but I think maybe the reason why I have such mixed reactions about this is because this came in the same year as the Monogram gift set. And it also came in the same year as that Poppy Parker gift set. So, the one that we just got. So I'm just I'm looking at this and I just don't understand why this doll is worth so much more than those two, whenever those two were in the $200 price range. This doesn't make any sense to me. I'm sorry. This is not a $313 price point item. And, it kind of just leads me to something that I really do feel I need to say. This club year has been like this all around. This doll is just a perfect amalgamation of all of the problems I've had this club year, which is that they're giving us on paper the things that we've been wanting for years. But at the same time, they're cheaping out and cutting corners on it so that it makes you feel like you're getting a bad deal and you're getting put out if you buy this doll. This has been a theme this entire club year. And I feel like anything that really feels like a quote unquote good deal, right, this club year, it's been a little bit, in a shaky spot because it's not necessarily for what people collect. And on the other hand, where the hell is New Face? Can we have this discussion? Where is New Face? Why did East 59th have more releases this year than New Face? I have a serious problem with that, and I can't leave this conversation without saying that, right? This club year has been overall pretty freaking overpriced. And if it's not overpriced, and if the item is just really good and really solid, then there's some catch to it. There's some exclusivity something, or there's some tariff something, there's something that is coming along with this. And I don't know how to feel anymore, because I feel like this gift set is a perfect amalgamation of everything that I felt for this entire club year, which is that you are giving me something that I like, but then it's overpriced and you give me something that I hate on top of it. And I just I don't get it, I guess. I'm why doesn't Integrity Toys want me to give them money? All that they had to do was add a wig. Just add a wig, just add a little mini dress, do something, anything. And then on top of it, that's the thing, I started collecting, and whenever I initially started the club, doing club years, Redefined Luxury Kyori Sato came out within the last 2 years, and that doll, the packaging is just absolutely immaculate. I still have it over there, and it's just a giant, it's like a briefcase that you could store all of your stuff in. Whereas whenever we were told what this doll was coming in, it was a shoebox style package. And I'm what are we doing here? And it's I'm just so confused, because this doll, right, it's almost like two different types of collectors right, are inside of one gift set? And how are two different types of collectors going to justify one gift set for this price point whenever they're logically not going to like one of the other dolls? You know what I mean? And like, by and large, more people are going to like this beautiful like gown doll, this like gorgeous butterfly, just beautiful everything gown, than they are going to like a molded on head doll. Why? Because we associate that with fashion queen Barbie, right? We associate that with, you know, the $5 dolls that you get at the grocery store, right? In order to make sure that your kids aren't like getting pissy. We associate it with all of those things. So I'm just kind of like, okay, if you're gonna do this, if you're gonna do the molded on plastic, you have to upgrade it somehow. And why aren't we upgrading? Like, I'm seriously at a loss for words. I'm at a loss for words as to why this doll is as expensive as it is. I'm also at a loss for words as to why someone thought that the two very distinctive types of collectors that would have some form of interest in this gift set would buy it whenever they know for a fact that they wouldn't like the other doll. And my solution for this, I have one of two solutions, you know, and solution one is just make them two separate dolls. I don't see a problem with that. I don't see a problem with being like, okay, so we're going to have this $185 doll, you know, that we're going to release, and it's going to have its little extras and everything like that. But if you want, you can buy her Get Ready With Me set, right, as a little, like they could market it as like an exclusive or something like that. You can go and buy this additional set, and it's significantly cheaper, right? But you can also have this as well, and then have people pre-order based off of that. I think that that would have been a really fair solution, and the two different types of collectors would have been able to get this doll, no problems, no questions asked. A second thing that they could have done, and it's like, this is just another suggestion, you need to add more. Either, I think that a lot of people would have been okay with this, like, this whole, like, gown, like, you know, this whole second get up, if the doll didn't come with no lashes and a molded on hair. Put a just wet Florence Pugh style slick back on this doll's head and slap some lashes on there. I guarantee that that would have resolved the issue for most people in this club. And I'm not even talking about the fact that you just used a 1.0 and a 1.5. Like, we're not even having the discussion of the fact that, like, this could have been a 1.0 and a 2.0. We're not even touching that, okay? Like, I'm not even getting into that fight right now. I'm getting into, okay, what makes the second doll any form of value? I don't see the value here. And it's because this doll is not the type of doll that I would collect. My collection does not look like this doll, you know? I think that this doll has its place. I think that it, you know, that there's a fan base for this doll. Definitely. I think that if you love dioramas, if you like wigs, if you like customizing, that type of thing, this doll has a place for you. But I don't really understand why we all as a community have to buy two dolls for $313 whenever we are so inherently different, right? Like, people do things so differently. Like, why are we putting like this incredibly expensive gift set together that is so opposite? You know, each doll is so opposite of what each type of collector would want. I don't get it. I guess my flappers are gasted because this could have been great. You know, whenever you see the potential in something, but it's just not really met. That is currently the feelings that I have right now. I feel like this club year had so much potential, and I feel like we were given, it's almost like we kept on getting keys to the castle, and then it kept on getting taken away, and then keys to the castle, and then it kept on getting taken away. And I don't really know, like, if that's going to, because between the fist fight, okay, this is the thing. Between the fist fight, between the Jason Wu, like, Poppy drama, between all the ohms, which I do not collect ohms, right? between like this gift set, which is like so it's so like people have really intense feelings. We're not coming off the best as a community with this one. Like with some of these things that we're saying to other people, it's coming off pretty ugly. And I don't feel like it's necessarily constructive at this point. But I'm like, I have such a hard opinion because I'm like, however, Integrity Toys has not given any indication that they really care. And that's so hard to say because, oh my God, GM Cole, boom. They started up in the last year, right? And then you have Defalucy, boom, who've started out in the last year and a half. There's no room for Integrity Toys to be acting like this anymore. There's competition now in the market. I'm so confused because like they have competition now. There are options. There are things that other people could be collecting at the current moment. And if they don't get it together, and if they don't innovate, and if they don't whatever, like it's going to cause issues. And I just don't get it. I'm like it's so frustrating. It's so frustrating. It's so frustrating being a fan of Integrity Toys at the current moment. Yes. Okay. That is going to be the end of today's video. I am so sorry I ended that on a little bit of a rant. I apologize. And thank you so much for watching. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, subscribe. I also want to know your opinions. How do you feel about this gift set? Do you think that anything that I said rang true to you? How do you feel about this club year? I don't know. I feel like I need somebody to like talk me down from a ledge a little bit. But of course, like I want to know, is this just me? Am I the only one feeling this way? And I will be getting out my tier list and everything like that soon. So please stay tuned for that. And thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Happy Valentine's Day. And I'll see you soon. Bye.